Okay, now we're going to make the strap, which is the ho-ho-ho strap, which is a separate hoop, and it uses a 5x7 hoop. Stitch out the placement onto your stabilizer, then place your vinyl over your placement and stitch out the ho-ho-ho lettering. Your vinyl needs to be at least 2 inches by 7.5 inches, just to give you a bit more to play with. Top thread is white and the bobbin thread is also white. Now I'm going to change the bobbin and the top thread both to black. because it's going to do the outline now, and stitch the top vinyl and the lining vinyl together. There we go, that's done. Put the vinyl over the back there. It's got a bit cold here today, so I've got my teddy bear dressing gown on, keep myself warm. Heating's on, but it seems to be really cold at the moment. So now it's going to stitch both the top vinyl and the bottom together. That's one done. I'm going to get a 4x4 hoop ready now. Once it's done the outline, it will give me some placements for the rivet when you're adding your strap to your bag. The strap end will go over a split ring, and then you'll need to close it with something like a rivet. So I'm putting the placements on the strap so that every time you make the bag, the fold over parts are in exactly the same place. That's one. It will do 4 in total. 2 on this one and 2 on the other one. Now that bit's finished. I'll move it on to the next section, which is, no, it's not that one, it's that one, which is making the strap up. So what I need to do now is tear this stabiliser away. And I need to cut, we've got a male part and a lady part, and I need to cut these quite tight, and you'll see in a minute why. because there will be a join where the male goes into the female part of the belt, not the belt, the bag strap. So I'm not going to cut it out properly yet. Put one there. I'll cut that end off as well. So then I get my 4x4 hook, and I've still got black top thread, that's fine for now. I'm just going to do my placement. Cut this down a bit better. Then I need to open up the lady part and add the male part to it, so it goes like that. This is the reason why you cut this really close, because you need to get it as close as you can to close the gaps up. So I'm going to change the thread now to gold thread because I want a gold buckle. Get a little bit of tape ready. Two bits of tape there ready. Right, so I need to put these two bits inside each other and then lay them both over this placement line. Now I can't see the placement line because this is over the top of it, but what I need to do is make that needle go into the male part, lady part, top right hand edge. Oops. And make it go into the stitched line. I'm going to put a bit of tape on here. You need to make sure that this is straight because it'll only ever stitch straight. So if your strap is wonky, it'll only ever stitch straight. So you'll have a wonky buckle. So because I know that that's straight, I'm going to tape it in place so that it can't move when it's being stitched down together. Right, so now it's going to stitch a rectangle first. Right, to me it looks like it's a little bit too far over to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off with my scalpel and I'm going to move it over. I'll try and take that off now. Don't know if it'll let me. It needs to be moved over because it's not in the right place yet. And I need it to be in the right place, otherwise it's just going to be wonky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a bit of this and tape this down because this is the only bit really that I need to do. And you can probably, where you're going to keep making buckles, you can use the same piece of stabilizer, just keep replacing the middle bit. So I'm going to do that one more time. Cancel, move that back, do the placement line again so I can see where it goes. Jumped out. Right, I'm going to try that again. So they're close together, they're closed, but I'm going to move it in just not even 1 millimetre. and then I'm going to tape that down to stop it from moving. Oh dear. Make sure that that's straight. It looks straight, so let's stitch that down, see how far that goes. That looks a bit better. And now it's going to stitch out the buckle part itself. That looks like it's going to be in just the right place. The last step you don't need to do, it's just to stop the needle from going right into the middle. So this is finished, so I can take this off. I'll show you. When you remove that, all you need to do is just keep replacing a piece of stabiliser in the middle. Just throw these bits away, and then it saves your stabiliser. Right, so you can see that it's bulged where the stitches have come along and stitched down. It's gone like a bulgy, but when we've cut that down you won't notice it at all. So I'm going to cut it down now and cut it out to its final stage. So I'm going to cut it nice and close to the stitch line now. Around the bends. And then go back down again. Nice and tight to the stitch line again. And that's the bag strap finished. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I add the bag strap now. So that's the strap done. You'd probably get a little bit tighter in there if you wanted to, but it's okay for me. I'm quite happy with that. We need to cut all of the jumps. I haven't got my little snips here, so I'll just do them here now, and then I'll cut the rest of it in a minute. So just make sure that you tidy it all up to make it look nice. That's it. And let's go and attach this to the bag. So it says ho 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 on one side, and when you flip it over it will say ho 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 again, so it doesn't matter which way your bag is, it'll always say ho ho ho. Happy bag. Now we're going to add this buckle here onto the bag. You see there, that buckle. It's a little bit different to the round buckles, as you've got these little screws that need to come open. So you need to have a little Phillips screwdriver to get them out. Get the screws out, I mean. I found these a little bit more tricky, actually, if I'm perfectly honest. The backs, this part here is easy, but this part here was a bit fiddly. So I have some of the round buckles, the round bags, twist locks that we normally use. I've ordered some of them in gold, because I think gold just looks a little bit more Christmassy than the silver. So we need to put this over our placement circle. Sorry, you can't really see what I'm doing. There we go. See better. So we need to put it over the placement and give it a bit of a push down so that we can see. It should be the satin line. You just need to cut it from the satin line out, but you just need to make sure that you cut it out enough for these as well, because your screws got to go in these. So it's not just that part there that you need to cut out, you need to cut out a bit more so that the screws are cut out as well. So I'm just going to give myself a little guide there, so I've got something to go by. In there. And then I just need to make sure that I cut it a bit bigger. So that's that. And then just cut it a bit bigger than I can see anyway. Oh God, just broke my knife. It shows how much pressure I'm putting on it, doesn't it? I've got another one. Yeah, another one here. Right, lucky it weren't my finger. Yeah, so I'm putting quite a lot of pressure on it. But it is going through vinyl and minky and vinyl again. So I do need to make sure that I cut through all of the layers. I can feel my... Oh no, I've just broke another one. Goodness me. Let's change that over. I think if it was actually a new blade, I wouldn't be having to put that much pressure on it, to be honest. That's it. Right, let's carry on as we were. Oh yeah, that's so much sharper. Now I need to be careful that I don't cut my fingers. See, it's going through all of these layers. Let's cut that off. Right, let's see if that's going to be big enough. Yeah, that's going to be big enough. Cut it a little bit too much on that side, to be honest. Right, it should be alright once it's all squashed together. Right, so we can turn it over. And then Maybe cut a little bit more off of that side there. Get my scissors. Cut a little bit more off there. Because if it's not cut off enough, it's going to show when I put the buckles together. A bit more. There, just got to be careful that I don't cut the satin stitch as well. Right, it looks like it's just enough. So we're going to put these two bits together and screw them up. Drop that screw in there, it's so fiddly. Is it even in it? Oh yeah, it is now. Is it? No, it isn't. It isn't even in it. Goodness. Right, that's it there. That's where it needs to be. Got a little bit showing there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off in a minute. I just need to show you how this goes together. And take that off. Right there. And where's my lighter? Get my lighter in there and just burn them off. Because I've got a bit of thread in there, so now it's okay. It's okay. It's cleared up. Right. So now I need to add this part here. Move your camera up. You see a bit better. See all my mess on my desk. Okay. So now we need to add this part here to the bag. So again, what we need to do is just push it down and give us a guide. I can see where the guide is. I just need to make sure that that's in the middle. And very, very, very carefully, don't cut your fingers, just give yourself a little hole. Push this in. Once that's pushed in, both sides, got one side in, push that in. Nope, it's not cut enough. It's not gone through both layers. There we go. It's through now. It goes through there and through there. And then you just add, like, probably, oh, the buckles weren't straight. Right, okay, I'll cut them a little bit better than that. One there. And one there. That's a bit better. Straighten it up and then add the back of the buckle onto the back of the bag and close it. If you want to, you can put a bit of your lining on the inside of your bag. And then that part there's done. Okay, so now that part's done. Now we need to add the bag strap to the bag. And what we need for that is two split rings and I haven't even got these bits ready. Right, so we need two split rings. Do we need two split rings? Yeah, we do. Two, I'd say 20mm split rings. Can you hear my dogs? Yep. And we need four, I think these are 10mm measure. No, they're about 8mm, and we need 2 bag straps, bag enforcers, and they need to go over the bag like so. But what you'll find is you've got the spine of the inside of the bag, so this needs to go either side of the spine. That's why we're using ones that just a little bit bigger than what I normally suggest. So I'm going to put my holes in now and put them in the bottom corners. And go through that one again. There. So I've got 4 holes in that one. I'm going to do the same for this one and put them right at the bottom corners so that it will go over the spine okay. Spine of the lining of the bag. Okay, let's get that one. Got a little bit of thread showing there. It won't show when it's in the bag, but I can see it now. Right. Okay. So now need to put 2 holes in here and in here. So I'm going to put one there and one there, like so, and then again on the other side. Don't make sure you don't push them down too low. You want them quite high at the top of the spine of the bag, and then that needs to go over like that, and then they need to sit over the holes that you've just cut. And then your rivets, the post goes through first, goes through the hole, through the bag, out through the other side of the bag, and then through the hole again, and then put the cap on like that, and then put your cap on like so. Okay, and then we're going to do it again because I'm using 2 in each. So through the holes, out through the other end, there it is, and then put the cap on. I use my cam sap setting tool just to give them a little bit of a close, but don't squash them too much because you really do dent the inside of the cap. So I should have 2 more. One there, one there. Where's the other one gone? Lost it. What have I done with it? Did I have it in my hand? Have I dropped it? Oh, there it is. There. Okay, so we do it again on the other side. So that goes through your split ring. Over your bag. Put your post through first, through there. Oh, I'm going to put it through the back one actually. Do that back one first, see if it makes it any easier. So we're going to go through the back of the spine first and out through the other end. Put the cap on that one. Give that a squeeze, and then I'm going to do the same for this one. Put the post through. Sorry, keep trying to lift it up so I can see what I'm doing. And then put your post through, and then the other way around, so I don't ruin my cap. One there and on that side as well. So now that's done. Okay, so now we need to add rivets to our bag strap. I'm going to punch these holes out first. 1, 2, and then there's 2 on the other end as well. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So now we need some rivets again. Use these ones. So I need one for that end and one for that end. So I need 2 for that side and 2 caps. Okay, so this goes over here, and then put your post through the bag and have your cap on the other side. So your cap goes on the inside of the bag, like so. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a squeeze, make sure that that doesn't come out. And then we'll do the same for this side. Put the cap through. No, through the post through, and come out the other side, and then we're going to put the cap on the inside of the bag. And then we're going to protect this part and squash this part. And then that is the bag finished. There we go, finished. Oh, I'm so pleased that that's finished. Thank you so much for watching and bearing with me, and hope you've enjoyed looking at the bag and watching how it's made. Join me next time.